Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to another Supatease video, and I love this update more than the kid on TikTok loves corn. Dragonflight is moving into the beta stages, and with this, we have gotten the largest content update to date with functionality, class changes, and some PvP news as well to cover. So buckle up for a ride at the moment. It is going to be exciting. If you want to stay up to date with changes like this moving into the future, guides and entertainment related to World of Warcraft to enhance your experience, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I also am working diligently to be an excellent resource for you in my long-term goal of getting to 100,000 subscribers, and it would be greatly appreciated in your support on that goal. So let's get started. The first big change is going to be functionality improvements to the talent trees. This was something in an interview that I'd seen earlier on, that they had spoken about not being able to share talent tree builds with other players. And I was thinking, there's no way. This needs to be something that comes out with Dragonflight, exporting your talents, sharing them with your friends, getting different builds and experimenting with different things. And it is going to happen. We are going to be able to export our builds. We're going to be able to share them with our friends or share them with you guys here on the YouTube channel as well. And we're going to be able to have a search functionality. So if we want to find a talent specifically, maybe we're confused and kerfuffled by all the different types of words there are in a class we've never played before and someone else is trying to teach us, we can search for that to find the talent within the tree itself, which is really great. I love this functionality and improvements towards the talent trees themselves specifically. And we've been seeing update after update after update with classes. For Death Knight specifically, you're seeing things returning baseline like Death's Advance and Lichborn, which is going to open up better options for your talents. And you can see there are a lot of new talents. I'm mostly going to be focusing on reading the new ones because there are so many. New talent, March of Darkness. Death's Advance will grant additional movement speed over the first 3 seconds. This is now positioned where Death's Advance was previously located. Horn of Winter is cut from the class tree. It'll return only as a frost talent. New talent, Insidious Chill. Your auto attacks reduce the target's auto attack speed by 5% for 30 seconds, stacking up to 4 times, positioned where Horn of Winter was. I'm curious to see how this plays out in PvP. Also wondering if this works on bosses, because reducing swing time on a boss could likely be really impactful, I would assume, in reducing overall damage to a tank. So very interesting talent here for the game as a whole, potentially. We've got new talent, Gloom Ward. Absorbs are 15% more effective on you. So synergies between Priest and maybe even Paladin with Saved by the Light and things like this, as well as your anti-magic shield getting stronger, of course. So a lot of new talents, customizations, unique identities towards the specs of Death Knight, which we really love to see. Now for Blood, we have kind of improvements made where kind of like you get 2 charges baseline rather than 1. So you're not spending extra points to kind of get back to where you were previously on a lot of your abilities, it seems. And I'm just scrolling through this to see what the new updates are for all of these classes. So new talent, Blood Feast. Anti-magic shield will heal you for 100% of the damage it absorbs. I'm sure a lot of you PvEers already with the current Great Push tournament know how powerful Blood Death Knight was. So anything related to healing, I'm not sure if it's going to have too much impact, but we'll have to wait and see. New talent, Ironheart, but Blood Shield's duration is increased by 2 seconds and it absorbs 20% more damage. New talent, Bloodshot. While Blood Shield is active, you deal 25% increased physical damage. That could be really insane in PvP. I'm always keeping my eye out on these tank specs. I'm sure those of you tuning in for like the PvP part of my content here are like, why is he reading the blood talents? But like, you got to keep an eye on it every once in a while because sometimes things slip through. New talent, Sanguine Ground. You deal 5% more damage and receive 5% more healing while standing in Death and Decay. New talent, I'm not attempting that. Enemies affected by Blood Plague take 5% increased damage from you, and Death Strike increases the damage of your Blood Plague by 25% for 8 seconds, stacking up to 5 times. New talent, Umbilicus Eternus. After Vampiric Blood expires, you absorb damage equal to 5 times the damage your Blood Plague dealt during Vampiric Blood. So a lot of new things to try and experiment here with the Blood DK. Some single target ones oriented to Heart Strike because there's some honor talents are ones that likely could stand out. They've been talking a lot about Unholy. I had a recent video about it that you definitely want to check out. This video is more or less just, this part of the Unholy Death Knight is more or less a tuning pass for it, given all of the improvements that it had received earlier. So if you want to check out that video, then check out that video. Demon Hunter, they talk about this build, including the final spec talent tree, to be updated to its Dragonflight version for Vengeance Demon Hunter. Vengeance tree allows players to customize their offensive, defensive gameplay to conquer the game's challenges as they see fit. Talents include opportunities to unlock familiar skills like Spirit Bomb, Elysian Decree, and to choose bonuses for core skills like Demon Spikes and Sigils, and to invest in the spec system like Soul Fragments and an expanded reworked Frailty debuff exclusively to Vengeance talents. So they seem to be very happy with Vengeance and done with it. So I like this, that they're giving kind of confirmation on things, so we know like, oh well, we haven't got confirmation on Druid, and I don't think we see anything about Druid in this video, so this might mean we are still going to. This is the update where evokers are going to be getting Bloodlust. I do wonder if they'll be getting a PvP talent to allow them to use it in PvP, similar to Enhancement Shaman. It could be fun, it could be really cheesy also, but there's a lot of new honor talents that we got to get to in this video as well, so maybe even talking about this isn't going to be the creme de la creme. For mages, really big update for mages. New talent, Slow Down. Slow applies to all enemies within 5 yards of your target. I don't know how big that's going to be, really. I feel like snares are just like auto-applied in PvE most of the time, and in PvP, I guess it gives you an AoE slow, but you're already going to barrage to slow, so it seems kind of redundant. Blast Wave is getting a slight nerf, given all the mobility buffs that are coming in for Mage. I think it kind of makes sense to up this a little bit. Temporal Warp now causes Time Warp to not trigger its cooldown if cast with a sated or equivalent debuffs, just carrying forward effects from Shadowlands. Time Manipulation now requires clear casting Arcane Missiles, no longer decreases the cooldown of Blast Wave, so you're not going to be getting massive amounts of knockbacks. Shatter has been removed from the class tree, and they've added additional connections to Ring of Frost. We see some PvP modifiers being made to some of the absorption effects. I like this kind of like ahead of the curve stuff, targeting things that have historically been problematic in PvP, oriented towards absorbs and passive healing, so I really love that. They've split up some of the gates, improved some of the talent trees for Fire and Frost. For Monk, it looks like just redesign here for Resonant Fists, now simpler to activate and deals area of effect damage to nearby enemies, and just some changes overall to Monk. Rearrangements within the Monk talent tree. Zen Pulse cooldown has been increased, but the damage has been buffed, so I was wondering if this ability would be good or not. Now it might see some play here in PvP. I could possibly see moving forward. They're buffing Yu'lon by 25%. They're adjusting the mana refund of Spirit of the Crane by quite a bit here, down 0.20%. So a lot of tuning changes, Enveloping Mist getting buffed. All of these tuning changes are kind of like things we're going to have to like get ahead of the curve when there's testing, and it seems like they'd want to move into some PvP testing, so you definitely want to check out Dragonflight content right now while you're preparing for Wrath or sitting in your long queue times, as I was doing earlier. Ancient Teachings of the Monastery healing increased by 60% in PvP, and their note reads, Mistweaver Monk's damage capabilities have gone up by a significant amount due to the Dragonflight talent system. This adjustment to Ancient Teachings reflects that increased damage potential and is not intended as a large nerf compared to the Mistweaver's current Shadowlands experience with Ancient Teachings. It is likely that further adjustments are needed, for example, some damage going down and Ancient Teachings healing going back up, but this should get us into the ballpark for now. So getting like an Eminence style of healing for Mistweaver, getting more offense for Mistweaver has been a big thing for me. So this really stood out to me as to like, where's Mistweaver going to land in terms of offense? We see some changes and readjustments to Windwalker, the new talent Hardened Souls, which is going to increase his critical strike chance and critical strike damage of Blackout Kick, and there are now talents where you can like stack up multiple Blackout Kicks and then just get them all at once, so that could be a really fun build, aimed and geared more towards Blackout Kick to check out. For Paladin, a new ability, Intercession, petition the light on behalf of a fallen ally, restoring spirit to body and allowing them to re-enter battle. So this is the battle res coming in for Paladin. So now it's been confirmed 100%. Paladin's gonna have more responsibility. I know a lot of you rep Paladins out there don't like having responsibility. You've never experienced it before, but now you're gonna get some. So hopefully you're ready for it. Class tree, they've rearranged some spells, and then did some tuning adjustments. Again, tuning adjustments is all really subject to change, so I'm not going to spend too much time really focused on it. As we move forward through this, I'm really just trying to look at the new stuff. Now, Priest got a bunch of new stuff. We can see that almost immediately off the bat, with Power Word Shield now getting a cooldown, which is going to be reduced by haste, but they're buffing its absorption baseline, and you can use it, again, with no Weakened Soul debuff, but because it has a cooldown, you won't be able to spam it. Curious to see how it works out. Disc Priest is probably going to shift more into kind of spam casting, as opposed to constantly worrying about keeping its atonement up through Power Word Shield. Class tree, they've rearranged a lot of the talents for Priest. They did a big overhaul on this. New talent, Depth of the Shadows. Purge the Wicked and Shadow Word Pain increases the healing of your next Shadow Men by 2%, stacking up to 25 times. Could be an interesting way to get a big recovery. New talent, Inspiration. Critical heals from Flash Heal, Penance, and Heal grant inspiration, reducing physical damage taken. I do like kind of damage reduction oriented around casted spells, specifically for things like PvP, and that's really going to affect it. Void Tendrils. Root all enemies within 8 yards for 20 seconds, 6 seconds of PvP. Void Tendrils can be killed to break the root. Okay, so you're getting a lot of utility as a priest, man. New talent, Blessed Recovery. After being struck by a melee or ranged critical hit, Blessed Recovery will heal you for 20% of the damage taken over 6 seconds. Additional critical strikes taken during this effect will increase the healing received. That is broken. This is broken. That is broken. Priests are broken. New talent, Phantasm. Fade removes all movement impairing effects while used, so you're going to get a freedom. New talent, Angelic Bulwark. Anytime you take a damaging attack below 30% health, you gain an absorption shield. What is going on with Priest? Shadow Men now is a 15-second cooldown, but its healing is increased by 20%. So you're not going to be able to spam Shadow Mend. New talent, Move with Grace. Leap of Faith cooldown is reduced, so just the conduit coming forward. New talent, Rhapsody. For every 5 seconds that you do not cast Holy Nova, the healing and damage of your next Holy Nova is increased by 10% to 200%. Am I actually going to press Holy Nova in PvP? Oh my god. New talent, Sheer Terror. Increases the amount of damage required to break your Psychic Scream. Not really a new effect. New talent, Manipulation. Your Smite, Penance, Holy Fire, Mind Blast, and Mind Spike casts reduce the cooldown of your Mind Game, so you get some cooldown reduction through casting your spells faster. New talent, Shattered Perceptions. Mind Games last longer, deals more damage, reverses more. So this is a legendary coming forward. New talent, Improved Purify. Purify additionally removes all disease effects, disc and holy only. New talent, Spell Warding. Now reduces all magic damage taken, just 3% damage reduction. New talent, Apathy. Your Mind Blast critical strikes reduce your target's movement speed by 75%. That's an insanely powerful slow. That might be like that's comparable to Death Knight Chains of Ice. New talent, Improved Fade, with that Fade talent we talked about earlier, reducing the cooldown of your Fade up to 10 seconds. You can get a freedom with that. Shadow Word Death's cooldown is getting reduced. So you're going to the Shadow Word Death polymorphs and crowd control more frequently. What is going on, man? Void Shield is now moved from the PvP to a talent tree. Improved Mass Dispel is now on the talent tree. Void Shifts is now on the talent tree. Psychic Scream is just baseline buff to 45 second. I can't spit out the words fast enough to talk about how insane that was to just read Priest, and that wasn't even the spec specific. I don't think that was literally just class. Every priest can get that. When is this happening for Druid? I want this for Druid, man. What? This is crazy. Now for Discipline Priest specifically, new talent, Make Amends. When Penance deals damage, the duration of Atonement on yourself is increased by 1 second. And when your Penance heals, the duration of Atonement on your target is increased. So a nice way of kind of managing your Atonement, again, without using Radiance. With Power Word Shield now on a cooldown, it might be tough. Although a lot of other spells are going to apply to think like Renew and Flash Heal. New talent, Divine Aegis. Critical heals create a protective shield around your target, absorbing 15% of the amount of the healed. Critical heals with this, with Power Word Shield, will absorb additional damage. So you're going to be really shielding quite heavy. New talent, Aegis of Wrath. Power Word Shield absorbs 30% more damage, but the absorb will decay. New talent, Bright Pupil, reduces the cooldown of Powered Word Radiance, so any instant cast. I'm really hoping they bring forward that kind of like pew 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 penance build from Shadowlands. New talent, Enduring Luminescence. Powered Radiance applies Atonement at an additional 15% of its normal duration. That's going to be really good for mana efficiency. New talent, Painful Punishment. Each penance bolt extends the duration of Shadow Pain and Purge the Wicked. That's really good for uptime on your dots, so you don't have to spend mana reapplying it. New talent, Improved Shadow Word Pain. Increases the damage of your Shadow Pain and Purge the Wicked. New talent, Borrowed Time. Casting Power Word Shield increases your haste by 8%. New talent, Train of Thought. Flash Shield, Renew, and Shadow Mend reduce the cooldown of Power Word Shield by 1 second, so you can actively reduce it. And Smite's going to reduce the cooldown of your penance. New talent, Balance in All Things. Your damaging shadow spells increase the damage of your next holy spell cast within 6 seconds by 15%. Your damaging holy spells increase the damage of your next shadow spell cast within 6 seconds by 15%. New talent, Resplendent Light. Light's Wrath deals additional damage per ally affected by Atonement. You're going to one-shot people in Battlegrounds with that. New talent, Fiending Dark. Your Smite, Mind Blast, Penance casts reduce the cooldown of your Shadow Fiend. You got so much cooldown reduction. New talent, Expiation. Increases the damage of Mind Blast and Shadow Word Death by 10 to 20%. Mind Blast and Shadow Word Death consume 3 to 6 seconds of your dots on the target, instantly dealing it. New talent, Wrath Unleashed. Reduces the cast time of Lights of Wrath by 1 second. Increases its critical strike chance by 15%. And Smite's going to deal 15% additional damage after casting it. You have some big damage. New talent, Wheel and Woe. Your penance bolts increase the damage of your next smite by 8%, or the absorb of your next power word shield by 3%, stacking up to 7 times. Power of the Dark Side increases the effectiveness of penance by 30%, so just a couple of changes here and nerfs, and that's it for new talent. So Disc Priest is getting a lot of utility, a lot of keybinds. Honestly, I'm a bit concerned with how many keybinds I'm reading there, but Priest is getting massive updates. Now for Holy, new talent, Revitalizing Prayers. Prayer of Healing is a 30% chance to apply 6 seconds of renew. Prayerful Litany. Prayer of Healing restores an additional 30% to most injured allied effects. New talent, Empowered Renew. Renew will instantly heal your target. New talent, Rapid Recovery, increases the healing done by Renew, but decreases its base duration. New talent, Desperate Times, increases the healing on friendly targets at or below 50%. And new talent, Spirited Litany. I just read this again, or is this another one? After your Prayer of Mending, it heals 80 to 40 times. You gain Power Infusion. New talent, Archbishop Benedictus Restitution. After Spirit... No! Delete it now! We don't want the Res Legendary coming back! Delete it now! Just... No! Delete it! Delete it now! Please! Oh, God. New talent, Holy Mending. When Prayer of Mending jumps to a target affected by your Renew, that target is instantly healed. New talent, Everlasting Light. Heal restores it to 15% additional health based on your missing mana. New talent, Say Your Prayers. Prayer Mending has a 15% chance not to consume a charge. So a bunch of new talents. Healing Chorus, your Renew healing increases the healing done by your next circle of healing by 2%, stacking up to 25 times. So you get a big heal in that Holy Nova talent earlier. Horizon, Circle of Healing heals 1 additional ally as cooldown is reduced. So nice little AoE raid healing. Crisis Management increases the critical strike chance of your flash heal by 15%. New talent, Prismatic Echoes, increases the healing done by your mastery of Echo of Light by 30%. New talent, Prayers of the Virtuous. Prayer of Mending gains 2 additional charges. You're just palming everything. New talent, Pontifex. Critical heals from Flash Heal and Heal increase your healing done by your next word by 10%, stacking up to 2 times. New talent, Harmonious Apparatus. This is just the Shadowlands effect coming forward. New talent, Lightweaver. Flash Heal reduces the cast time of your next heal within 20 seconds by 30 seconds. Increases its healing done by 15, stacking up to 2 times. So you can get like a big casted, efficient heal. Oh, God, no, you got to delete the Res Legendary. Please do not, please do not. Okay, now, we haven't even gotten to Shadow. Or the PvP stuff yet. New talent, Mind Spike. Blast the target for Shadow Frost damage, but extinguishes your Shadow damage over time effects from the target in the process. Mind Spike also increases the critical strike chance of your next Mind Blast on the target. Stacks up to 3 times to 90%. Generates 6 Insanity. Curious to see if there is a single target burst build for Shadow, and if they can play with mages again or not as a result of this. New talent, Mind Flay Insanity. Casting Devouring Plague transfers your Mind Flay spell into Mind Flay. Transforms your Mind Flay into Mind Flay. Insanity for 5 seconds. Mind Flay Insanity deals 80% more damage than Mind Flay. There's something wrong in there. It's got to be, right? All right, let's see. What new talents? Painbreaker's Peace Psalm. This is just your Shadow Word Death consuming your dots. To do extra damage. New talent, Lunacy. Reduces the insanity. You're going to name this talent Lunacy after everything else I've read. Reduces the insanity cost of your Devouring Plague by 10. Reduces the insanity drained when Mind Seer deals damage. New talent, Dark Void. Unleashes an explosion of dark energy around the target. Dealing shadow damage and applying Shadow Word Pain. So just an AoE Shadow Word Pain application. New talent, Tormented Spirits. Your Shadow Word Pain has a 5% chance to create a shadowy version of yourself that floats towards the target. All targets affected by Vampiric Touch, critical strike chance, increased chance to 10%. New talent, Mind Melt. Yeah, that's happening to my mind reading these. Mind Spike reduces the cast time of your next Mind Blast and can be up to instant. You got a lot of ways to get instant Mind Blast, so I don't know how great that will be. New talent, Surge of Darkness. Your Vampiric Touch, Devouring Plague damage has a chance to cause your next Mind Spike not to consume your dots, be instant, and deal 50%. You're going to have single target damage, man. New talent, Dark Evangelism. Your Mind Flay, Mind Seer, and Void Torrent damage increases the damage of your shadow dots on the targets by 2%, stacking 5 times. So a single target dot build as well. New talent, Dark Ascension. Consumes Dark Evangelism to increase the damage of your non-periodic effects by 4% per stack consumed. So you can alter this from being all about amplifying your dots now to amplifying your single target burst. New talent, Maddening Touch. Vampiric Touch has a 100% chance to generate 1 insanity each time it does damage. New talent, Whispers of the Damned. Your Mind Blast and Mind Spike critical strikes generate additional fury. Insanity, sorry. New talent, Piercing Shadows. Your shadow damage spells cast increase the shadow damage you deal, stacking up to 25 for 25 seconds, I get to 20 for 5 times, so it's just 5% damage. I really got excited about nothing there. New talent, Pain of Death, increases the damage dealt by Shadow Word Death by 25%. Shadow Word Death deals 20% of his damage to all targets affected, so AoE Death. New talent, Derangement, increases the initial damage of Devouring Plague by 75%, and Mind Seer will deal damage 20% faster. You're getting so many insane talents. New talent, Fiending Dart, critical damage from Mind Spike and Mind Flay, reduces the cooldown of Shadow Fiend, so you're getting the cooldown reduction as well as Shadow. New talent, Mastermind, increases the critical strike chance of Mind Spike and Mind Blast by 6%, increases the critical strike damage bonus by 30%. I wonder how big our Mind Blasts are going to be here moving into this next expansion. Absolutely bonkers at the moment here for Priest. Like, this is a massive update for Priest. Warlock, not really getting a lot of anything here. There's one new talent, Scalding Flames, increases the damage of your Immolate. Oh, and Explosive Potential, reduces the cooldown of your Conflagrate by 2 seconds. It's a little bit lackluster reading that off the back end of the Priest, I think, to be fair. And we're getting now down into the Warrior. This week they worked on bug fixes, more customization, and they have more work to do is what they've said here for Warrior. And I've been covering a lot of Warrior stuff, so let's see what the new one is. New Protection talent variant. Crushing Force, Shield Slam deals damage, and it deals an additional 5% damage and deals 5% in critical strike. So you want to have that Shield Slam build one shot that I've seen a couple Prot Warriors playing on Shadowlands. New talent, Barbaric Training for arms. Slam and Whirlwind now deal 40% more damage, but now cost 5 more rage. New talent, Barbaric Training, Fury variant. Slam and Whirlwind damage increased by 20%, and the critical strike damage is also increased by 10%. And then for Prot, Revenge is going to deal 40% more damage, but cost 10 more rage. New talent variant, Honed Reflexes, is going to reduce the cooldown of Overpower and Pummel for arms. For Fury, it's going to be Raging Blow and Pummel. And for Prot, it's going to be Shield Slam and Pummel. So nothing really too big here. Warrior already had a bunch of really juicy and good stuff. Wait a minute. I didn't scroll down to Arms Warrior yet, apparently. They seem to be very happy with arms, according to these notes. New talent, Gathering Storm. While Blade Storming every second, you're getting 5% movement speed and strength. New talent, Dance of Death. If your Blade Storm kills an enemy, your next Blade Storm lasts 3 seconds longer. How does that? Is it multiple applications of that? Unhinged now correctly triggers outside of Shadowlands. Unhinged, Gathering Storm, Merciless Bone Grinder now trigger correctly from various Whirlwind sources. Impale is now 1 point, grants 10%. It was 7.5. Okay, so for Warrior, I feel like Warrior was already really in a good spot. So just some quality of life catching up here. Priest was a big win. Now we're getting into PvP. This seems to be where they want to have the PvP testing. In today's build, we'll notice changes to some classes of PvP talents. We wanted to share our thoughts on PvP talents. So this entire paragraph is talking about how they're going to expand PvP talents that were previously available to one spec to the entire class. So you're going to be getting access to talents that your other specs within your class only could have. And we'll have to wait and see what all of them are by the end of this. There's a new baseline PvP talent coming into the game called Precognition, which is if you fake cast and interrupt, you get 15% haste and you are immune to CC for 4 seconds. So finally, you know, you got that warrior on you that never knows how to land a pummel, but there's 10 other things that are going to stop you from casting. You fake that pummel, you're Gucci for 4 seconds. You're half bloodlusted, going crazy. So I do like this mechanic. Bit worried about it as like a blanket for all classes because some classes need this more than others, and it might be really abusive on the ones that don't really need it, so kind of wait and see. Ice Wall is available to all specs of Mage now. That's a crazy ability. I love that ability. And also Ring of Fire is available to all specs. New talent for Fire, Glass Cannon. Increase Fireball and Scorch damage by 40%, but reduces your maximum health by 15%. Curious to see if this ends up working. And Deep Freeze is back. New talent, Snowdrift. Summon a strong blizzard that surrounds you for 6 seconds that slows enemies by 70% and deals frost damage every second. Enemies that are caught in Snowdrift for 3 seconds consecutively become frozen and stunned for 4 seconds. Frost Bomb is back. This thing was so hard hitting in Miss Pandaria. Places a Frost Bomb on the target. After 5 seconds, the bomb explodes, dealing frost damage to the target and frost damage to all enemies within 10 yards. And they're also snared by 70%. Eternal Rest is going to now be available for all specs. Honestly, don't know what that is for Priest. New PvP talent, Precognition. That's the immunity. New PvP talent, Catharsis. 20% of all damage that you take is stored in the Catharstick. The stored amount cannot exceed 15% of your maximum health. The initial damage of your next Shadow or Pain or Purge the Wicked deals this stored damage to your target. Okay. Priest is getting even more stuff. You're getting even more stuff. Delivered from Evil and Cardinal Mending PvP talents now available for Discipline Priest because you're going to have those abilities. Holy, Purification, Purified Resolve, and Strength of Soul PvP talents now available to Holy. And for Shadow, you're going to get Cardinal Mending, Strength of Soul, and Delivered from Evil PvP talents also available to you. There's going to be a new arena that utilizes ramps, pillars, a middle wall for line of sight. This is going to be a really interesting map. I really want to see it. So definitely make sure you check out my stream if you're not. I'll have it linked in the description down below because I'm likely going to be testing this a lot throughout. And ranked solo queue, of which I'm more than excited for now. I'm tired of logging in and not being able to get any games going. So very excited to see this. Curious to see what types of risks they've taken with the arena. It's absolutely insane what they've done with Priest over these past couple of days and now in this final kind of update. Hopefully we see these types of tune-ups and adjustments so every class feels as crazy as that, because then Dragonflight is going to be absolutely spectacular. Other than that, thank you very much for watching the video. I do hope that you've enjoyed this update. And if you did, once again, make sure to hit the subscribe button, comment down below, and leave a like. Other than that, thank you for watching the video, and I will catch you in the next one.